Hello and welcome to Matt's Mosh Pit, and tonight I'll be checking out The Serpent and the King by the one and only Judas Priest. But before I do, I just want to say thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown me and my channel so far. It truly means a lot, and I could not do this without you. So folks, Judas Priest, if you guys know or have been following my channel, you'll know that when I started this channel a couple months ago, I really wasn't that familiar with the full Judas Priest discography. I didn't really grow up with Judas Priest. I did grow up knowing, I know the big songs, Breaking the Law and, Heading to the Highway, that kind of stuff. Like I've heard the stuff that like just by being alive, you can't help but hear, but I really wasn't familiar with the Judas Priest discography. And since then, with your help, folks, I've actually gone through and listened to everything Judas Priest. I loved pretty much all of it. There isn't anything that stood out as something that I didn't like. And so, and I will say I even liked Rock-a-Rolla, which I think a lot of people tend to complain about, their very first album. But anyway, when you have a band that's been around for this long and they've had so many albums, there's different times where, whenever you land on the band, you get excited for their next new set of music. And, some of you could have been, from the day one and you've been excited for each album to come out, or you could be just like me, who I'm now excited for Invincible Shield to come out. This is my first opportunity of waiting for new music from Judas Priest. And so for that reason, it's always going to hold a soft spot in my heart, no matter what, whether it's good or bad, just for the fact that this is my first opportunity as a Judas Priest fan to wait and wait and wait for new music. And so I'm very, very excited about it. This is the fourth song from the Invincible Shield album that they've released. I don't think they're going to release any more because 4 is typically about what bands do. So I'm going to assume this is the last video for Invincible Shield. I have to say I've loved the first 3 songs, so I'm very, very excited about this one. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and check it out. The Serpent and the King by Judas Priest. I should get right to it and say that what I love about Judas Priest and the songs is I never know which kind of vocal that I'm going to get from Rob. He has that, what I call the painkiller, which is the high. I don't know what it's called, but it's high. I call it the painkiller. Then he has kind of like the mid range, and then he even has a little bit of the low, but you never know what you're going to get. The intro guitar work kind of makes me feel like it's more old school Judas Priest, where he wasn't quite painkiller. So let's see how let's play a game. Let's see which one we're going to get. Painkiller it is, folks. Painkiller it is. It's one of those things. The chorus, the first time I heard it, I wasn't sure how I felt about it because it's got the band, the music is really like hard and heavy and just, coming at you. And then when you get to the chorus, it almost has like a little bit of a funk to it, like a funk type of feel to it. And so the first time I heard it, I really wasn't sure. I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if that's too good. And then, went back into the verses and just the heavy hitting. And then chorus came back in, and I feel like it's kind of growing on me. It's one of those, like, at first I was like, do I like it? Then I'm kind of like, I think I do like it. So you guys are going to have to let me know. But yeah, the chorus does kind of throw me off a little bit because it doesn't seem to go with almost the rest of the song, but maybe that's just my ears. For the record, I think this vocal style is my favorite Rob vocal style. I don't have a name for it just yet, but it seems like it's more of like a mid type. I think that's my favorite style for him, but I like them all. But I think if I had to choose, that would be my favorite style. So pay attention, folks. I'm going to go back 10 seconds so you can hear what I'm talking about. Well, there you have it, folks. The Serpent and the King, and the chorus by the last time totally worked for me. So now I get it. It is funny when you hear the song for the first time. First time I wasn't sure I was feeling it. Second time I'm thinking, okay, I get it. By the end of the song, I really like the chorus. So folks, you guys got to let me know your thoughts on it. The song itself, I love the fact that it was just heavy. It was just hard driving. It was just awesome. And to think, what, Rob Halford's like 72 and the band just rocks like no other at this point. It's crazy how good they are. And so it just makes me more and more excited for the new album to come out. So the one thing I also wanted to ask you guys is your thoughts on AI videos, because I totally understand why a band would use an AI video, from a time frame perspective as well as a cost perspective. It makes sense with AI videos, but I can't tell whether I like them or not. I think in a weird sort of way, they take away from the actual song. And me personally, I think I'd rather just watch the band, whether it be in the studio, do it live or studio footage. I think I'd almost prefer that over the AI video, because I think with the images, the way they just hit you, and they're all so different, it just feels like it takes away from the song, in my opinion. Whereas if there wasn't a video at all and we heard the song, we'd be left to our own imaginations, and that might even be better. It's kind of like, when people read a book and they have in their head what everything should look like, and then they go see the movie and it's a disappointment. I think AI kind of does that for me. I don't really know. So folks, let me know your thoughts on it, and we'll take it from there. I'm very curious to see. I know this is something that's happening more and more, and I understand why it's happening, but I just don't know how I feel about it. And at this point, I don't think I'm for it. So anyway, please let me know in the comments, folks. And if you like this video, please, please, please hit the like button. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. If you've subscribed and you've been a fan of this channel, thank you for that. But also, can you do me a favor and, share this video or share another one of my videos with some of your friends? I've never really asked for that kind of stuff, but I was really just kind of curious. I find it weird as it is, and you guys have probably heard me mention it, that anybody watches these, especially people from all around the world. And the idea of knowing that somebody might actually take a video that I've created and they share it with, their friends or other people, I just think that's fascinating. So anyway, I just thought it'd be kind of fun. So please share this video or another one of my videos, and hopefully you attach something like, hey, I really like this, and it's not one of those like, oh my gosh, this is the worst, I gotta send it to you, one of those things. But anyway, you guys know what I'm saying, I think. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.